Welcome back. In the community of Woodridge, 1 in 4 children rely on free or reduced school meals. Many count on school to provide both breakfast and lunch when school is out for the summer. Where do these students go?
The West Suburban Community Food Pantry is one of the organizations that steps up to the plate to help. Here to tell us about all they do and how you can help is their CEO, Maeven Sipes. Hello.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
This is something we did not think about, the fact that these kids lose access to all of this great food that they get in schools, and you really have to step it up. That must be quite the undertaking.
It is. It is. You know, we think of summer in Chicago as being an amazing time, but for many families it's challenging. You know, there's an extra 1 to 2 meals a day that these parents need to provide for their kids. And, you know, I know with me, just my kids, they seem even hungrier in the summer as they're running around playing more and the days are so long. So the pantry really wants to be there to make sure that these families can get the extra groceries that they need.
And you really have to kind of deal with people being embarrassed that they need this type of help. How do you navigate that by maintaining like dignity for people to
it is really hard to ask for help, and especially for something like this, people are ashamed and it's hard to take, you know, that first step. And so we really want to make sure everybody feels welcome. And our volunteers are a key way that we do that. You know, they really treat our neighbors like, well, neighbors, you know, so that they feel comfortable coming. And it's important for us that we remove barriers. So we don't ask for them to bring documentation to prove income or residency. We allow neighbors to make a profile online and schedule an appointment to limit wait times and standing in long lines. And then we really want to make sure we have that nutritious, diverse food that they're looking for. And for most of our food, including our fresh produce, we don't put a limit on it. We say, neighbors, take what you need. So it's like if you go to the grocery store, you're going to pick out what it is that your family likes to eat and how much you need.
Wow, that's quite incredible. Do most food pantries do it that way?
Some do, some don't. You know, it's something we're working towards. We want to be able to provide as much. Obviously, we all have limited resources, but we want to make sure for those, especially things like fresh produce that's so perishable, like let's get it out, make sure the neighbors can get it.
I'm looking at some of the statistics that are going across the bottom of our screen here, and have the numbers increased?
They have, even this year, 20% increase from last year in terms of visits coming to the pantry. So we're seeing that year-over-year increase still.
And why is that? Is that just because of prices?
Yes, that's definitely it. I mean, everything feels more expensive right now. You know, food prices are still high, electricity is going to be going up, and so when neighbors have a limited budget and they're trying to stretch their resources, any increase in something means less for the food budget. And so we want neighbors to come to us and use us as a tool for them to stretch their budgets.
I like how you are trying to have the donor rethink what they should be giving, because I think many times people think about donating food and you're like, oh, I've got this old box of this and I've got this random thing, and you say no, like let's give people the wholesome food that they deserve, and maybe we can go out and buy some and then donate it. Or what is the best way to work with you if I'm trying to help?
Yeah, definitely. You know, West Suburban Community Pantry, we rely 100% on donations, and so a financial contribution is always the best way to help us. We're able to stretch our resources so that $1 could provide more than one meal to a family. So that's more than if you're going to go and buy a can at the grocery store.
You can buy in bulk and that kind of thing.
Right, yeah, and we get so much donated food and we have so many volunteer support that we're really able to stretch those resources.
Do you take just donations, like people showing up?
Yeah, we do take food donations. Yep, non-perishable is the easiest to do. We have a list on our website of items that are helpful and most requested, so that we can get things that will move and the families.
And look at the expiration date, people. Don't just, this is not when you just dump your stuff.
It's not cleaning out the closet.
Exactly. Some of that stuff you got to just throw away, but yes. That's a good
What's
point.
the #1 thing people should know out there about this kind of work in the community?
That there's always ways that you can help and get involved, and sometimes it's just letting people know. You know, if you see someone that you think might be struggling and is afraid to ask for help, encourage them to look for a food pantry in their area. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
Super important. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll be right back.